This conference will now be recorded.
Hi there. Thank you so much for taking time again with me today, and I really appreciate the fact that you are logging back in for day 3 of our mini training series. Now, my objective is to make sure that we are really starting to hit our stride and that every day I focus on giving you better and better content that's going to help you with your prospecting effort today. My goal is to help you get to the bank faster with better quality opportunities and in less time. So, with that in mind, today we're going to talk about, well, I'm actually going to ask you a few questions when we get started. And I want you to really think through this because today our focus is on the key relationships that can help you drive success in your business. So one of the first questions that I want to ask you is, are you investing enough time in managing and nurturing your existing referral partners? And when I ask you that, what I want you to think about is whether or not it's realistic to expect to be top of mind with somebody that you may only get in front of a couple times a year. And the challenge with what we're dealing with in today's world is that we've got social media that we may be connected to people on LinkedIn and Facebook, and we may feel like we know what's going on in their world. But in a lot of cases, what you see is what they want you to see. And they want to make sure that what they're posting is positive and good stuff that's going on, and they're hopefully not sharing a whole lot of drama of what's going on in their life. And with that, you often don't understand the reality of what's going on in their world, or perhaps you may understand a part of them that you really don't want to be connected to. I mean, I've seen so many people that are just absolutely crazy with what they're posting on social media, and it doesn't make me want to get closer to them. So I almost find in some cases that social media can do more to distance people than it can to bring them together. And I think studies show that with the fact that, we're just feeling lonelier as a people today than we ever have before. So with that in mind, today as I'm talking to you about relationship nurturing, know that I want to leverage all the tools that are available, but I want to do it in a way that's only going to increase or enhance the intimacy in the relationship that you have, and make sure that you are continuing to bring value and be important in your referral relationships' lives and help them accomplish their career goals. All right, now, today I'm actually going to we're going to talk about 5 key steps to nurture relationships. And those of you that remember, and this was actually one of the areas that was a gap with the former productive prospecting program. And it had been brought to my attention many, many times, and I just couldn't quite wrap my head around exactly how I was going to deal with it. And we always talked about the profiles for our top client relationships, and that was really clear, but we had to make the referral partner relationships also kind of fit within that same structure. And it didn't necessarily line up 100% with where I think the relationship funnel, for lack of a better term, needed to fit. So what we've done with the new productive prospecting is we have categorized referral relationships into 3 tiers. So our very first tier of partnership that we look at is who I consider our diamond partners. These are the people that are truly precious to us in our business. They can support you, they can help you accomplish amazing things, and we have all had those fantastic relationships, and you're probably doing a pretty good job of staying top of mind with those partners, and that is something that we really dove into a lot with productive prospecting. Now, the challenge of with the former 9 steps class, my apologies, we've got pollen going on here, and it seems like my nose and my eyes do nothing but itch all day long. So bear with me on this. So with our key partners that we've had in the past, we have a tendency to be comfortable staying top of mind with them by meeting regularly and staying in front of them and referring them and including them in our marketing efforts. But in a lot of cases, it's been on a reactive rather than a proactive or planned basis. So what I encourage you to do is just get structured, and we're actually going to talk a lot about that in tomorrow's mini training session when we really dive into cross-marketing with those key referral relationships. Today's session, though, I want to focus on the next two tiers of partnerships. And the second tier that we're looking at are what I call the emerald partners. Now, these are people that they're beneficial to you in your business, but for whatever reason, they may not line up with what you're doing or their level of effort and investment in their business right now, or maybe their markets don't line up, but they get it. They understand the value of a relationship. And you remember one of the big questions that I taught you to ask and answer in that initial meeting with 9 steps was whether or not someone demonstrates equal interest in your business and truly values and seems to follow through and do what they say they will do. Well, there are a lot of people that fit that criteria, but for whatever reason, they may not be just right in sync with where you're at right now and be a diamond partner. So with that, though, they can still send you a lot. And you still need to help them and understand where and how you can support them. But we don't want to do that in a one-to-one relationship because there's only so many hours in the day and so much time that you have to invest in those fantastic partners. And that's why we're going to segment them out between tier 1 and tier 2. Now, the tier 2 partners, those emerald partners, those that are semi-precious in our business. So they could potentially become diamond partners based on their circumstances changing, or maybe they're going to move into where they are directly in a position to collaborate with you. There's potential there and they get it. So we do want to nurture them. And then that third category is the tier 3 partners, or those folks that I call the cubic zirconian in your business. And the CZ partners, what makes them that way is they look really good. They're kind of shiny. They're attractive. At first glance, they may look just like a diamond, but the value in the relationship really isn't there. But with that being said, I do want you to remember one of the rules that I learned when I was in Sandler, and that's even a blind squirrel will dig up a nut every now and then. And I still want you to communicate with those relationships, but those are the folks that you're going to use technology and you're going to leverage thought leadership in order to help them help you. And they do pay off. I end up getting referrals every single month from tier 3 partners. And I add those relationships to my funnel that I can continue to nurture over time. And eventually they may turn into business. So today, what I want you to really think about is where do your relationships fit? And then segment them according to which tier they're going to fit into. The second question that you have to ask is, are you investing enough time in those top relationships that can truly support? And then I want you to start thinking about some of your goals for those tier 2 in particular relationships. And then we are going to dig into a bit on how we can help nurture and support those relationships as well. All right, well, I've given you some food for thought today, and I do encourage you to make sure that you're staying on track with the tasks that we're outlining in these different mini training sessions. I also just want you to really think about where your business is today and whether or not jumping into the new Productive Prospecting Forum would be beneficial in helping you accomplish your goals. And I'm going to fill you in more on what that looks like on Friday. But make sure you log back in tomorrow because we're going to be talking a lot about cross-marketing efforts and really leveraging those top relationships. Thanks again, and remember, you can get anything in the world you want as long as you help enough other people get what they want. Have a great day, and I wish you good selling. Bye-bye.